All right, so let's start today seated here, and we'll close our eyes, sitting tall. And let's just take a moment to welcome the awareness of our breathing. Just feeling the breath. And part of this experience is just noticing if there's any resistance to doing that, if it's difficult, if it's easy. In my 23 years of teaching meditation and yoga, I find that it's often here where people make the mistake. They think that spirituality, meditation is the same as everything else in their life. They think it's achievement oriented, it's goal oriented, that they are trying to make progress. So when a simple instruction is given like notice your breath, and we find it's challenging for whatever reason, oftentimes people get frustrated and they'll quit, they'll stop. This is a huge mistake, in my opinion. So the instruction to just follow your breath brings a certain level of awareness. And again, just noticing what happens when I attempt or try to do that. And the answer will be different every day. It might even be different one moment to the next. So instead of getting frustrated expecting a certain result, like I should be able to follow my breath, it should be easy, I should enjoy it, let's just allow ourselves to notice what happens when I try and follow my breath. And let's bring that same open attitude to the entire class. Every instruction I give you in today's class, instead of thinking of it as a measurement of something we are supposed to be able to do or trying to be able to do, let's just notice what happens when we try and do whatever it is in the class. So let's begin some deep breathing. Same attitude, same awareness. We inhale, fill the belly, ribs, and upper chest. And as we exhale, we reverse it. And again, we just notice. How do we feel? Physically, emotionally? What sorts of thoughts arise? And again, there can be, and oftentimes is, resistance to the very instruction, even something simple like breathing deeply. And it can be very subtle. So notice if that's welcome or not. Either way, I encourage you to still do it. This is important. So even though something may not always be welcome, we notice and we do it anyway, because breathing deep is just good for you. Now we bring in the ujjayi sound, the ocean sound at the back of the throat. So we're creating that soft hissing sound, like fogging a mirror. Keep the mouth closed and try and create an equal amount of sound and the breath equal in length on both the inhale and the exhale. Good. With our next exhale, let's transition into tabletop. And we'll begin with a few cat-cows today. So inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head up. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round the back, crown of the head down. Notice what you feel. So again, I've spoken a bit about it. I've been nursing my back to health. I'm definitely feeling it. So hopefully it's not a mistake to practice today. It wasn't on Friday. Friday's class definitely, I felt better after doing it. I mentioned on Friday that I wasn't sure if it was a good idea or not, but I felt better. But yin and vinyasa can be very good for different things. So it could be that doing yin right now at the stage of recovery I'm in is a good idea, and doing vinyasa is a bad idea. I don't know. I'll tell you more when we're done with the class today. Again, I don't think doing anything, even if it's not a good idea, I don't think that anything would create permanent damage. So I wouldn't practice otherwise. Okay, coming back to neutral, we tuck those toes, lift the hips, we come up and back. Let's walk our dog out a little bit. And then coming into our full expression of down dog, hands shoulder width, fingers wide, chest toward the toes, heels hip distance. And, well, feet hip distance, heels reaching toward the ground. Good. So one of the places we're opening up in today's class is our quads. So we'll do a little bit of a flow here to open up the quads a bit. So inhale to a tabletop. If you can, exhale, push the hips back as far as they can go safely. So hopefully you can go all the way back. That's a child pose. Inhale back to tabletop, and then exhale to down dog. So very simple. We'll just do a few of these. So if there is pain in your knees, then go only to the point before you start to feel a lot of pain or discomfort in that child pose. So hopefully all of you are young enough or healthy enough that that's not an issue for you, but it is for many Americans. Many Americans have problems with their quads. It creates problems with their knees, and we don't really want to mess with our knees. So you're only going back as far as you can safely, and that's going to vary from person to person. Okay, good. So that should be plenty. We'll come back to our down dog. With our next exhale, we're going to walk our feet toward our hands and come into a ragdoll here. And we can grab the opposite elbow. Again, feeling the back side of the body. This is especially relevant for me because, again, I've had this injury. So it's curious to me whether or not I can feel it here. And I'm happy to report I don't feel it. That's a good sign. Okay, on the inhale, we'll roll up to standing. And we'll do some sun salutations. So inhaling, arms up, touch palms, lift the heart. Exhale to forward fold, placing the palms flat, bending the knees if necessary. Inhale to half lift, coming to the fingertips or hands to shins. And exhale to the top of a push-up for plank pose. Align the wrists directly below the shoulders, and again, the shoulders are active. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, drop the knees and bend the arms, taking a breath here with the elbows hugging the ribs. And then with the next exhale, lower the rest of the way down. With the feet together, pressing into the mat, inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale, lower back down, press back to tabletop, and then to downward dog. Good. Inhale to the toes, look between the hands, and as you exhale, make your way to the front edge of the mat. Inhale back to standing back bend, and then this time add a side stretch with the exhalation. Inhale back to center and gently stretch the other side. Inhale back to center and exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift and exhale again to the top of a push-up. Good. So if you can, do this one with your knees up. Otherwise, you can drop the knees. Take a deep breath. Exhale halfway down again. And then inhale, straighten the arms and legs for upward dog. Otherwise, repeat cobra. Exhale, pull both feet in at the same instant as you lift your hips up and back to the downward dog. Good. One more time. Inhale to the toes, look to the hands. Exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale to the standing back bend. Exhale to Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhale, chair pose. Good. So knees back, hips down, arms straight up and back. Inhale to the standing back bend, and exhale to a forward fold. Inhale to the half lift, and exhale, if possible, bottom of the push-up. Inhale to another up dog or cobra, and if possible, do a push-up on your way back to the downward dog. All right. Hopefully we're getting to feel a little bit warmed up. I know I am. So let's bring our feet to touch. We're going to inhale right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the knee toward your belly, out to the right and back behind. These are hip circles. Just doing a few in each direction. And again, noticing what you feel in the hip and the leg. Hopefully, not much of anything. Let's take a deep breath, and as we exhale, we lunge, dropping that back knee down, hips as far forward and down as they'll go, and the heel under the knee. Good. So let's add a little twist to our lunge today. We're going to inhale, raise that right arm up, exhale that hand down. Let's inhale the left hand up. Good. Exhale down, and just side to side. That's 3. Let's do a couple more. And last one. Good. From there, let's go ahead and step back, and we'll vinyasa to our downward dog. And the other side. Feet touch. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, hip circles. Okay, so big circles. So again, I've been talking a bit about injury in class. My hip is an injury that I've healed, or has healed, however you want to think about it. So that's an example of something that used to be really painful when I would do this, but it isn't anymore. Let's take a deep breath. We exhale and lunge. And then again, we'll add a little twist. So inhale, left arm up, exhale down. Inhale, right arm, that's 1. Let's do a total of 5. Notice what you feel as you do it. And don't rush. I might be rushing because, again, as a teacher, when I'm teaching, I'm talking and not necessarily breathing as deeply as I would if I were practicing. So keep that in mind. Okay, we're just doing 5 reps, and then again, we will vinyasa and make our way to the downward dog. Okay, from down dog, let's exhale to a tabletop, and we're going to take a look at one of our foundational postures in today's class, which is the Tigrasana. So the basic tiger looks like this. I inhale the right leg up and the crown of the head toward the sole of the foot. It is a back bend, so the belly's going to drop, the spine is going to arch. And you can see my foot is nowhere near the crown of my head. That doesn't matter. That is the action. So again, we are not goal-oriented. It's not about touching your foot to your head. It's about the process, the action of lifting the head and lifting the foot. Now again, there shouldn't be any pain when doing this. If there is, that's something you need to investigate. Let's exhale that foot down. Inhale the other side. Now, anytime we're holding a asana, a posture, we want to breathe deeply, slowly, mindfully. Again, about 3 or 5 or 6 breaths, holding the position, noticing what we feel. This is a great back strengthener. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of these today. Good. Exhaling that foot down. You can vinyasa or you can just tuck your toes and go straight back, which is what I'm going to do. Because again, I am trying to conserve my breath when I'm teaching. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and inhale to our toes. We're going to exhale to the front edge of the mat. Let's inhale up to standing, and we'll exhale hands to the heart. Take a look at a bound triangle today, Baddha Trikonasana, okay, bound triangle. Bound tree pose. Okay, so if it is possible for you, you're going to bend your right knee, okay, and you place that foot in the front of the hip. Now, if that hurts, you're just going to do a regular tree instead, okay, which looks like that. But hopefully you can do this without pain in the knee or the hip, okay, so hopefully that feels safe. Now you can hold the foot like this, which is fine, but the full expression of the pose is reaching around and binding the foot, binding the toe. So you grab the big toe and hold it. Okay, it looks something like that, and then we can inhale this arm up. This is a pose we've done in other classes as well, so hopefully it's not too unfamiliar. Good, we exhale, we release that side, and we just explore the other side. Same options. Sometimes we're not perfectly symmetrical, okay? So you may be able to bind on one side and not the other. There might be pain on one side and not the other. Good. Exhale, release that side, and we inhale to our standing back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to the half lift. You could do a crow here, and exhale right to the bottom of your push-up. Let's make our way to down dog. Okay, so feet touch. Let's inhale, right leg up and back to our three-legged dog pose, foot flexed, toes, knee, and hip pointing down. Let's take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, we lunge, and we inhale to the low lunge. Feel the stretch at the front of the left hip. Then as you exhale, bring your hands down and rock your hips back into a half triangle. Feel the stretch here, okay? So we're going to do a dynamic flow between these two postures, and they may not be perfect. So it may not be perfect to align them perfectly as we flow. Let's do the best we can. So we inhale, stretching the front of the left hip, and exhale, stretching the back of the right thigh. Good, that's one. We're just going to do 4 more like that. Be gentle. Okay, so we're not trying to force anything here. If we practice properly, then our body opens naturally as much as it can without being forced to do that. We can encourage, right? There's a difference between the two. Encouraging something through gentle movement and breath versus trying to push or force something open. Good.
We inhale back up and we exhale bottom of the push-up, making our way to down dog. Again, I'm going to skip that one because of where I am with my breath. Okay, so side 2, feet touch. We inhale left leg, three-legged dog pose. Hip is down, leg is straight and lifted. Breath is deep. So we exhale, we lunge, and we inhale to the low lunge. Now feeling the stretch. The front of the right hip, right there. Those are your hip flexors, okay? Good. We exhale the hands down, rock the hips back. Now we feel the stretch here, the back of the left thigh. Good. Now let's again see if we can combine the two together into a dynamic stretch. Inhale, right hip. Exhale, left thigh, the back of the thigh. It's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Good. Let's inhale and exhale. Bottom of the push-up, making your way back to the down dog. Okay, with our next exhale, let's come back into a tabletop. And now we'll take a look at a dynamic tiger pose. So again, my recommendation, if there is pain in a position, then I don't recommend dynamic movement, okay? So if you had pain doing the tiger, then just explore that, explore your edge, holding still. Hopefully it's not the case. It isn't for most people. So take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, try and touch your nose, or your knee to your nose. As you round your back, inhale to the back bend, and then exhale, tuck and round. Good. So it's like you're pulling that leg in toward your belly as much as possible. It's 3. 4. And 5. Let's hold. Good. Inhale, lift back up, and exhale, release. Other side. So inhale and exhale. 1. 2. 3. 4. And hold. Good. Inhale the leg up and back. And exhale, release. Vinyasa, or go straight back to downward dog. Okay, from here, inhale to the toes. Exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend, and then exhale, hands to your hips. Let's take another look at our bound tree and turn it into a bound half lotus forward fold. Okay, so again, you could use either hand to hold the foot. Okay, so the right or the left hand. If you can bind though, go ahead and bind. And then inhale the free arm up and exhale into a forward fold. Again, this is a posture we've explored in another class. Now feel free to keep the hand on the ground, but if possible, grab the ankle and deepen that stretch. Good. With the inhale, let's come on up and exhale, release. And now we do the other side, okay? Same thing. If we can, we bind. If not, don't sweat it. And definitely don't hurt your knee or hip trying to create the bind. See if you can find that stretch in the back of the standing leg. Good. Inhale back up. And exhale, release. Beautiful. Let's inhale to our standing back bend. And we exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to a down dog. All right. From down dog, let's bring feet to touch. We're going to inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to the arm. So this is somewhat similar to what we do in the tiger pose. A little bit of a different position for the body. So you're just touching one arm, the nose, and the other arm. And as we exhale, we're going to lunge. And then we inhale up into this position, which is a crescent lunge, Ashta Chandrasana. Okay, so front foot and knee point straight ahead. This thigh is approaching parallel. Notice the back leg is straight, so sometimes it's helpful to bend the knee and then push it back. Okay, notice the heel is pressing toward the ground. I'm not doing this, it's this, okay? Arms are straight up and back. Good, deep breath. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So feet touch, we inhale left leg. Exhale, left knee, left arm, just tap it. Nose or chin, forehead, whatever works. Tap. And really try and make contact, okay? Try and make contact. Good. Inhale, exhale, lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge on the other side. Again, if you want, you can bend that knee and then really push the knee up toward the ceiling, push the heel back. If there's no intensity in this posture, the posture's not correct, okay? It needs to feel somewhat intense, vibrant, alive. There's no room for a sleepiness in this kind of a posture. Good. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to downward facing dog. Okay, from downward dog, let's come on down to our hands and knees. And now we'll see if we can add the arm to our tiger pose, because the full expression of tiger has the arm lifted as well. So it's a diagonal. We inhale, lifting up. Again, notice the arch in my spine, okay? And then exhale, let's pull past the knee, past the elbow. Inhale, lifting. And remember, the head and neck is a part of it as well. So head toward the crown of, heel towards the crown of the head, and then tuck it in. Good. So really lifting as much as you can. And last one, again, we lift and tuck and take a breath or two. Good. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, release. Other side. Last one, so we're pulling the elbow and the knee toward our belly and chest. We're tucking our head as much as possible. Good. Inhale, lift, and exhale, release. And then from there, again, you can vinyasa or go straight to your down dog. Good. Let's inhale to the toes. We're going to exhale, front edge of the mat. Let's inhale back up to standing, and we exhale Hands to the hips. Let's take a look at a pose called the standing Marichyasana. Okay, so we bend that right knee, pull that leg in, and then this time we'll do this. Okay, so we're gonna hold that shin. This is kind of the baseline, if you will. Okay, so this is fine if you want to stay here, but if possible, you reach down around the leg and reach back and you bind the leg. And then again, you stand up. Not possible for everybody. I do recommend trying before you decide it's not for you. But again, if you can't do it, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong or weird about you. It just means you can't do it today. You might be able to tomorrow. You may never be able to do it, and that's fine. Good. Let's release that side. And then we're going to take a look at the other side. Okay, so same thing. We start here, just working the balance. There is a little bit of flexibility happening here as well. And then again, this requires more flexibility. And then again, I try and stand tall once I have the leg bound. Good. Let's exhale, we release that leg. We inhale to a standing back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to the half lift, and we exhale right to the bottom of a push-up, making our way to down dog. All right, good job, everybody. Let's bring our feet to touch here. We're going to inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to right arm. We inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Kick it out. Inhale to the fallen triangle. If this is too much, you drop that bottom knee. Okay? Otherwise, legs are straight. Good. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. And then inhale to a crescent lunge. Okay, I'm going to turn for the sake of the camera here. Good. From there, I'd like you to exhale, bend your arms, and then inhale up to this position. This is a pose we've learned before. It's called stupa. Okay, and the feet are pointed out at an angle. And then we exhale into a goddess. Okay, so the feet, knees are pointing out in that direction. I want to feel both work in my legs back here and then a stretch in here. So it's kind of like working back here and stretching here in the goddess. Okay, good. Let's inhale, we'll come back up. We exhale maybe a little bit deeper into it, both working and stretching a little deeper. Good. Now let's hold our goddess for a few breaths. No pain in the knees or hips. Intensity, yes. Pain, no. Good. We inhale back to our stupa. And then let's exhale back to the crescent. Inhale the arms up and exhale bottom of the push-up. Making your way to down dog. Again, I'll turn just for the camera. Good, feet touch. We inhale left leg up and back. Exhale left knee to the left arm. Inhale. Exhale, try and make contact if you can. Inhale, opposite arm. Good. Kick it out. Inhale, fallen triangle. Good. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, bend those arms. Inhale, pivot into a stupa. Good. Exhale to your goddess. Okay. So make sure you have the alignment right. So again, the knees are over the heels, right? Knees and toes are pointing the same direction, and the arms are just basically mirroring that. Good. So let's do that again. We inhale up and exhale a little deeper. No pain, remember that, okay? If there's pain somewhere, then we need to investigate. We need to stop, we need to investigate what is going on. Sometimes the pain means there's an injury. We're doing everything right, and there's an injury. Sometimes it means we're actually doing something incorrectly. And then sometimes it just means that our body is a little different than most people, and we need to do things a little bit differently in order to do them safely. Good, we inhale back up, and we exhale as we pivot and turn. Inhale back up and exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. Okay, beautiful work, everybody. Let's exhale down to a tabletop position. And now we'll take a look at the full expression of one-handed tiger pose. So inhale that right leg up, left arm up, and then we're going to reach back, grab that foot, and then we kick up and back. Very similar to like a bow pose or a dancer pose, except it's diagonal, right? So it's the left hand and the right foot. And again, my head lifts up, I'm in a back bend, no pain. Good, exhale, release that side, and then inhale the other side. So again, this feels really good on my back, despite the injury. I think it actually is helping. We'll see again later. Good, exhale, release, and let's make our way back to our downward dog. From down dog, we inhale to the toes and exhale to the front edge of the mat. Inhale up to the standing back bend and exhale, hands to the hips. Okay, let's see if we can take our standing Marichyasana a step further. So we bend this right knee, right? We're here. We see we can bind. And then if you can, take a nice deep breath and then exhale forehead to the knee as close as you can get. Good. Inhale back up and exhale, release. So you can see it's challenging, right? So I was challenged by that. I feel very lightheaded now. I lost my balance. All part of the progress. Nothing bad or wrong happening here. Let's try the other side. Take your time. See if you can create that bind. Good. With an inhale, see if you can come up without losing it like me. Excellent. Let's inhale up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of your push-up, making your way to down dog. All right, beautiful work. We're in the home stretch here. Let's bring our feet to touch. We're going to inhale, right leg up and back. We'll bend the knee, open the hip, and if you can do so safely, flip your dog over. If you're really bendy, you can get both hands on the ground for a wheel pose. Let's take a deep breath, and as we exhale, place the hand back on the ground, the foot between the hands, and we'll inhale to a crescent lunge once again. So we're here. Good. Then let's exhale, bend those arms. Inhale up to stupa. We're going to exhale to goddess. Good. Inhale back to stupa. And we exhale and pivot to face the back of the mat. Good. So this is a little flow. Remember to feel the legs as you come into your goddess and as you come into your crescent lunge. Good. Front of the right hip, right? Front of the left hip. One more time. Right hip stretches. Both inside of the legs stretch. Left hip. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, bottom of the push-up. Okay, side two, feet touch. We inhale, left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, flip the dog if you can. I recommend move that arm around a little bit. Take a deep breath, exhale as you lunge. And then inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale to stupa. You might have to reposition your legs a little bit. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Good. So remember, when you're flowing, the postures very often can't have perfect alignment. That is okay. All right? The alignment is there mostly to keep us safe and to make the pose effective. Once we understand what we should and shouldn't feel in a pose, then it doesn't really matter if we don't have perfect alignment as we flow, as long as we're not feeling the undesirable things or we're not missing something. Okay, very important. Good. Let's inhale back up. We exhale, bottom of the push-up, making our way to the down dog. Okay, from our down dog, let's go ahead and come onto the belly, and we'll take a look at a belly down tiger. Okay, so the arms are flat on the mat. We bend the right knee, and we bring the left hand back to grab it. Now we're going to keep the left leg and the right hand on the ground, okay? But we inhale, and we kick up and back with the right leg and the left arm as much as we can. Again, that head is lifting up. Good. Exhale, come on down and release. And side two. Good. Exhale, release. And then press back to your downward dog. And again, you can do a vinyasa there if you like. Okay, one last tiger. Let's inhale to our toes. We exhale, front edge of the mat. Let's inhale up to our standing back bend. We exhale, hands to our hips. Okay, so similar to the dancer pose, but again, there's going to be a diagonal thing happening here. I bend the right knee, reach back with the left hand. Okay, so right and left are very important. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a different pose. So inhale, the right arm up, and then exhale, hinge from the hips, kicking up and back, and creating the standing or balancing tiger pose. Good. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, release. Good. Let's try the other side, okay? Same thing. Bend that left knee, right hand comes back, left arm comes up,
kicking back, and then hinging from the hips. Good. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, release your standing tiger. Good. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of the push-up. Make your way to the down dog. All right, beautiful work, everybody. So from here, let's go ahead and come on down onto our child pose, into our child pose. Again, a child is not agreeable for you, then choose another position. Let's take a nice deep breath, and as we exhale, we'll walk our hands over to the left side, stretching our right waist and ribs. Inhale through center, and let's exhale off to the other side, stretching the left waist and ribs. Good. So inhale back to center, exhale there. And then inhale as you sit up, cross the ankles, and let's bring our legs out in front of us with the inhale, legs and arms. And then as we exhale, we'll just gradually roll back. Good. So we've really opened up the body for some deep back bend work. So let's take advantage of that. Of course, as always, everything is ultimately optional. We'll start with something very basic that should be accessible to everybody as long as you're not injured. Okay, so the feet and knees are hip distance, approximately. A little wider is okay. Our hands are resting alongside the hips. We're going to inhale, lift those hips up. Take our hands underneath us and join palms if possible. Now, shrug the shoulders underneath you. Tuck your chin, but keep the back of your head and neck on the ground. Lift those hips. Squeeze your butt. Okay? This is called Setu Bandhasana, or the bridge pose. Good. Exhale. Let's come on down and let your knees drop in, feet a little wider. This is called constructive rest, and this is where we're going to come first when we come out of the back bend. Okay, this helps us avoid things like muscle spasms in the back that can occur if we counter stretch too quickly. Okay, so we're just going to take a few breaths. Now, counter stretching is important, but after we're done. So this is a common mistake that people make. They're always counter stretching. It actually interferes with you getting your deepest back bend. So it's better to do all the back bends and then do the counter stretch. So back bend 2, you can repeat bridge, or you can do this pose called wheel, which I'll demonstrate, but my wheel is not impressive. Okay, so don't expect any fireworks. To do the wheel, the hands come alongside your head, okay, like so. The toes and fingers are pointing in the same direction, okay? So my fingers are pointing toward the bottom of my mat. Now, as I inhale, I lift up, straightening my arms and legs as much as I can. Now you can see I only have so much shoulder mobility. So my arms nor my legs will go straight. So take a few breaths and then come on down. And then again, constructive rest. The knees come in against one another, and we just relax.
Good. One more time. You can repeat either bridge or wheel. Wheel is really difficult for me, so I'm going to be repeating a bridge, but you're welcome to do either. If you're flexible, then wheel can feel absolutely amazing, and so you're welcome to do that again. Maybe go a little deeper. Good. When you're ready, come on down. Again, return to constructive rest. From there, we'll just let the knees drop side to side. These are called windshield wipers. So again, I'm happy to report after the class today, back is actually feeling a little bit better at the moment. All the movement feels like it's been very therapeutic. So just as when we are stiff, maybe in the morning and we move a bit and we warm up, we might feel better. It can be the same way with injuries and things like that. It could also go the other way, obviously. Okay, when you're done with that, soles of the feet together, knees apart, that's called Supta Baddha Konasana. It's a restorative, so we're just relaxing for a few breaths. Good, then we're going to take that left leg out. We bring our right leg in. So similar to what we did earlier, right, with the Marichiyasana, but now we're on our back. So if you can't hold the shin, that's fine. You grab that knee, but let's just move that leg around a little bit. Hug it in against the hip there. Okay, and then from there, let's extend the right arm to the right, and we'll drop that knee toward the left, coming into a supine twist. Good, let's inhale back to center, and we'll exhale, extend that leg. We bring the opposite leg in. Same thing, we begin just cradling that leg, moving it around a little bit. This stretches your back a little bit. It brings it in the opposite direction of the back bends. It also compresses the front of your hip, which especially like in the wheel can be overextended. So this is a nice counter stretch to that. Okay, placing the foot on the thigh, we let that knee drop as we extend the left arm out and look toward that left arm. Now you notice my knee's not on the ground. That is not important. In fact, you might want to put a block under the knee if you feel unstable. Good. So inhale back to center and extend that leg to meet the other one. Let's rest for a moment. Good, and then drawing both legs in, we'll give them a little squeeze. Let's make some circles with the knees. Just do a few in each direction. And then one way of stabilizing the spine is something we do a lot in yin, which is the hinge move. So let's do that just a few times to really just draw the spine back together, draw the hips, the front of the hips back together, okay? So we're going to inhale those legs up, lift that head and neck, and we exhale and lower, okay? And then we draw those legs in, extend them up, and again, exhale and lower them, coming as close as we can to the ground. Good, and one more time, inhale and exhale. Good. Let's draw those legs in. We grab the soles of the feet now for a little happy baby. So here I definitely can feel that my back is not 100%. Okay, so it's sensitive to this move in particular. So again, that's just information. It's just my body's way of telling me its condition. That does not mean that I should not be doing this. It might. So again, it really is a matter of trial and error. So the yin was good on Friday. This might be too much. I probably won't know until later today or maybe even tomorrow. But it doesn't feel like it at the moment. It actually feels like it was therapeutic. Okay, when you're ready to unwind, come back onto your back, the heels apart, palms up, head centered, chin tucked in slightly, and the eyes closed. This is the corpse pose, also known as Shavasana. And as usual, I recommend you set a timer for 6 minutes. Again, you don't see me doing that, but I'm not taking yoga, I'm teaching yoga. It is a different thing. If this was my practice, I would definitely take the 6 minutes. I know you're at work, so if you don't have the time, it's not going to be the end of the world, but it will add a lot if you take the 6 minutes to just be still and relax if you can, okay?